Dr. Butler, can you quickly introduce us to your guest and her topic that she presented on?
Okay. Our guest today is Gisela Arandia Covarrubias, who is a scholar, an activist, and very important public thinker on issues of race and African descendant situation in Cuba. She has just published a new book called the African Descent Population in Cuba Today. She is a former journalist who has written and worked for years on issues of social justice and has always focused on issues of concern for social justice regarding Afro-Cubans. And her talk today was about understanding the Cuban situation for African descendants in a historical context. And that was her speech for today. And so it's really a pleasure to introduce Gisela Arandia Covarrubias. And Gisela, welcome, bienvenida.
Thank you so much.
Can you first of all introduce yourself and tell us how did you become Afro-Cuban?
¿Se puede por favor introducirse y comentar cómo se comenzó a identificarse como afrocubana?
Excuse me. En realidad yo no me identifico como afrocubana, yo me identifico como negra.
In reality, I don't identify myself as Afro-Cuban, I identify myself as a black
Me
woman.
identifico como una mujer negra tempranamente.
I did identify myself as a black woman.
Y esa autoidentificación para mí no tiene ningún conflicto,
And this is a self-identification that for me doesn't have any type of conflict.
porque no considero que considerarme una mujer negra cubana me hace perder mi identidad de cubana.
Because I don't feel that asserting my identity as a black woman negates my identity as a Cuban.
Es decir, puedo ser una mujer negra y obviamente soy una mujer negra cubana, por tanto formo parte de la nación cubana.
So I can be a black woman, and obviously I'm also part of the Cuban nation as a black woman.
A veces las palabras lo colocan a uno en una posición un poco de conflicto, ¿no?
Sometimes words put one in a position that is somewhat conflicted position.
Y yo sé que hay una frustración histórica de personas de Estados Unidos que van a Cuba cuando le preguntan a una persona negra si se define como afrocubana.
And I know that historically there has been some type of difficulty in translation. For example, when people of African descent come from the United States and ask somebody in Cuba if they identify themselves as a black Cuban,
Porque son historias diferentes,
because they're different histories.
aunque tenemos puntos comunes y tenemos puntos de contacto.
Although we have points in common and points of contact.
La nación la construcción de la nación en Estados Unidos es una construcción totalmente diferente.
The construction of the United States the construction of identity in the United States, of nation in the United States, is a completely different process.
Y hasta cierto punto sería una reiteración decir que soy una afrocubana.
And to some extent is a bit of a reiteration to say I'm an Afro-Cuban.
Porque es obvio que la nación cubana contiene la africanidad.
Because it's obvious that the Cuban nation includes Africanity.
Wonderful. Now, can you tell us today, what do you think for observers outside of Cuba looking at this idea of Africanity, what should we understand about Africanity in Cuba?
Para quien está observando Cuba desde fuera, ¿qué considera más importante para la gente entender de la realidad afrocubana?
Es que tendríamos que decir si seguimos poniéndole afrocubano al término, ya ahí nos vamos a confundir en el discurso.
Well, first thing is that if we continue to use the term Afro-Cuban in our language, we're going to have some confusion in the discussion.
Porque él me está trasladando su enfoque desde Estados Unidos.
Because that's actually a translation of a very U.S.-centered focus.
Para nosotros sería la población afrodescendiente cubana.
For us, it would be the African descent population of Cuba.
Y esa palabra se acercaría mucho más a la perspectiva actual.
And that is a word that much more closely approximates the current perspectives.
Sin embargo, muchos historiadores, investigadores, personas ilustres de la vida cubana no aceptan tampoco el término afrodescendiente.
Without doubt, of course, there's still many scholars and writers, etc., that won't accept the term Afro-descendant.
Consideran que que puede ser una influencia desde Estados Unidos.
They would consider that that is a word that's been influenced by the United States.
Y sin embargo, el término afrodescendiente desde la perspectiva de América Latina y el Caribe tiene otra significación.
But nonetheless, the word Afro-descendant in Cuba and in Latin America and the Caribbean has a different meaning.
No es exactamente una definición de identidad étnica solamente.
It's not exactly a self-definition that is only ethnic.
Es una identidad política
It's a political identity.
para poder colocarnos desde la perspectiva del discurso global del racismo.
So that one that allows us to put ourselves in a position to have a discourse on global racism.
Esta terminología afrodescendiente surgió en el contexto de la tercera conferencia mundial contra el racismo.
This word afrodescendiente is something that came out of the context of the discussions at the Third International Conference on Racism.
Y la palabra que usó la persona que la usó dijo, entramos negros y salimos afrodescendientes.
And the phrase that many people said was that we went in as blacks and came out as Afro-descendants.
Lo que pasa es que en el contexto de la América Latina, negro no tiene la connotación que ha tenido en la historia de Estados Unidos.
What happens is that in Latin America, the word negro or black does not have the same type of meaning as it does in the United States.
Y esos son problemas que tenemos que resolver, problemas de la lingüística, de la epistemología, de los paradigmas, es decir, ponernos de acuerdo.
And these are problems that we have to resolve, of language, of theory, of epistemology. These are problems that we have to resolve so we can communicate.
Es decir, cuando una persona en Cuba viene alguien de Estados Unidos en la entrevista y dice que no se siente afrodescendiente, no significa necesariamente que niegue su identidad africana.
So when you have, for example, in an interview between a Cuban and an interviewer from the United States, when one says they don't feel to be Afro-descendant, it does not necessarily mean that they are negating their
O
Africanity.
afro-cuban.
Or to say, that they're not Afro-Cuban.
Okay, now you have also spoken a bit about the connections that young people are making through things like hip hop and other cultural transfers. In light of what you've just mentioned, how does participation in something like hip hop affect identification with African Americans for Cubans?
Okay, ahorita en ese contexto de lo que acabo de hablar, viendo que hay muchos jóvenes, por ejemplo, entrando en un discurso cultural mundial a través de formas como hip hop, ¿cómo sería que el hip hop sirve como lenguaje para ese tipo de comunicación?
El hip hop es una manifestación extraordinaria de la cultura
Hip hop is an extraordinary
y en
manifestation
Cuba ha
of
jugado un
culture,
papel decisivo
and it's had a decisive role in Cuba.
porque ha sido a través del discurso del hip hop donde se empezaron a visualizar estos temas.
Because it's actually through hip hop that people have begun to actually visualize some of these issues.
Entonces el hip hop ha jugado un papel decisivo y lo está jugando.
And so hip hop has and continues to play a decisive role.
En cierta medida es posible que los raperos, como se dice, de Cuba, sientan una proximidad muy grande con los raperos de Estados Unidos.
So to some extent, it's possible to say that Cuban rappers feel a real sense of proximity to rappers from the United States.
Pero creo que eso tiene que ver con el discurso del rap en general.
But I think that that has to do with the whole discourse around rap in general.
Es decir, el rap ha logrado hacer un discurso universalista que une a los jóvenes de muchas partes del mundo.
So that's to say that rap has actually created a type of universal discourse that has united youth from around the world.
Por tanto, obviamente hay una cercanía al mundo del hip hop en Estados Unidos, es obvio.
So obviously then there has been a type of closeness with the world of hip hop in the United States.
Pero el Festival del Hip Hop en Cuba intenta también atraer a otras personas, van gente de Japón, de América del Sur, de Argentina, de Brasil.
But there's a hip hop festival in Cuba that really makes an effort to bring in people from other places, from Japan, from Brazil, from other parts of the world.
Okay, if we're looking at other connections then, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, the struggle against apartheid in South Africa, and especially the Cuban role in Angola in holding off the South African forces, what construction of Africa does that bring for Cubans in their memory, in their historical memory, and how does it resonate with the Africa of today?
Okay, so sí, entonces vamos a recordar otros tipos de relaciones, más antes como en los 70, 80, 90, en particular el papel de Cuba en la liberación de ciertos países de África, su participación en Angola para liberar Angola y también para luchar contra el apartheid. ¿Cómo vive esa memoria en la memoria colectiva cubana y especialmente con respecto a África actual?
Yo creo que es una memoria muy fuerte.
It's a very strong memory.
Por ejemplo, la muerte de Mandela tuvo una connotación muy fuerte en Cuba, los medios, cómo la trataron.
For example, the death of Mandela had very wide repercussion in all the
Y
media.
por supuesto es una relación que está marcada por la relación de Mandela y Fidel en una relación muy fuerte.
And it's a memory that's marked also by the relationship between Mandela and Fidel, which actually was a very close one.
Entonces eso marcó toda una etapa y es una historia que está fresca en la memoria y que sigue impactando.
This marked, sure, it's something that is very strong in our memory. It's a recent history, and it's one that continues to have an impact.
Sigue siendo una motivación para cineastas y escritores.
It still continues to be an inspiration for movie makers and actors.
Se siguen
and
haciendo
artists.
películas sobre esta presencia.
They still make movies about that presence.
Okay, wonderful. Let's wrap up with a final question to you. Your book, can you tell us what you want readers to get out of your book?
Y para finalizar, hablando de su libro, ¿qué quiere que los lectores toman, así principalmente de su libro?
Quiero que cuestionen el racismo.
I want them to question racism.
No es un discurso acabado,
It's not a discourse that's been
es un
resolved.
discurso en construcción.
It's something that's in construction.
Es poner el tema sobre la mesa
It's to put this topic on the table
y ponerlo de manera desgarradora, de manera clara.
and to put it out there in a very clear form.
No es ponerlo porque existe, porque la cultura, no, poner el tema claramente.
No, it's not just to have this existential conversation. No, just put it out clearly.
Y tiene que ver primero con mi propia formación
It has to do with my own background,
y tiene que ver también con mi trabajo de activismo
and it deals also with my work as an activist,
y tiene que ver con mi visión epistemológica del tema,
And it has to do with my epistemological vision of this
es
topic,
decir, qué es lo que significa el racismo,
which is what does
que es un
racism mean?
conflicto global,
It's a global conflict.
como han dicho algunos historiadores a veces, es la historia del barco,
As many historians have said, it's a history of the slave ship.
es decir, ¿dónde paró el barco?
Where did the slave ship
¿Paró
stop?
en New Orleans o paró en La Habana o paró en Río de Janeiro?
It stopped in New Orleans, it stopped in Havana, it stopped in Rio.
Es esa historia común que nos une
It's this common history that ties us together.
y que al mismo tiempo se enriquece y se complejiza en los diferentes contextos.
And it's one which is constantly enriching itself and getting more complex in different contexts.
Y que tenemos que ver el racismo como un fenómeno global
And we have to see racism as a global phenomenon,
que está relacionado con las desigualdades sociales, con la pobreza.
which is related to social inequality, is related to poverty.
Pero una de las pretensiones del libro es que no es un libro para las personas negras en Cuba.
But one of the objectives of the book is it's not for a book for black people in
Es
Cuba.
un libro para la sociedad cubana,
It's a book for the Cuban society.
porque no es el problema solo de la población negra
Because
cubana.
it's not just a problem of the black people.
Es como cuando usted habla de la mujer y que quiere decir que es el problema de las mujeres, no es el problema de las mujeres.
So it's like when you talk about women's issue, it's not just women that have the problem. It's
El problema de las mujeres es el problema de la sociedad.
problem that
Porque
women
las mujeres no
face.
vivimos aisladas en un gueto.
The problem that women face is a problem of the society because women don't just live alone in one ghetto.
Y tiene que ver, en el caso de la mujer negra, con el mundo académico, con el mundo de la cultura, la literatura.
So it has to do, for example, in the case of black women, it has to do with the academic world, the world of culture, all of these different realms.
Tiene que ver con la academia
It has to deal with the academy.
y tiene que ver con que el feminismo negro es una fuente para construir los nuevos paradigmas emancipatorios.
And
Eso era
this-
fundamental.
And it deals with the fact that black feminism is a path towards resolving fundamental questions. It is central to these issues of social justice.
Es decir, el superobjetivo a largo plazo tiene que ser la emancipación.
So the overall objective in the long run is emancipation, freedom.
Y hay que ver eso como algo donde todo el mundo debe participar.
And we have to do this in a way where it's something where everybody can participate.
Y sobre todo en los contextos de América Latina, sería difícil que nosotros pudiéramos hacer un gobierno negro,
And,
una nación negra.
well, in the context of Latin America, it would be very, very difficult to think of making a black government, a black nation.
Es decir, yo defiendo mi derecho en la nación,
I defend my right to the nation,
que vino desde los que llegaron en el barco, desde la conguita que llegó en el barco.
which comes from the time of the conquest and the time of those who came on the slave ship.
Entonces, defender ese derecho ciudadano en la nación.
So it is the right to defend one's right to citizenship within the nation.
Y defender ese asunto en el contexto de la nación no significa necesariamente desprenderse del racismo.
And to defend one's right in the context of the nation doesn't mean to divorce oneself from analyzing and contesting racism.
Y significa crear alianzas
It means to create linkages, alliances,
y crear un consenso social.
and to create a social consensus.
No puede ser tampoco un tema que se nos imponga desde afuera.
And it also can't be something that is imposed upon us from abroad.
Que ahora llegue una persona y diga, bueno, ustedes tienen que asumir eso, tiene que tener su tiempo interno.
So it's not like somebody can come from outside and say, here, you got to do this, this, and this. No, this is something that has to come and take its time internally.
Y en ese sentido la cultura tiene un rol decisivo, pienso yo.
And in that sense, culture plays a decisive role.
Esa es la importancia de un libro.
That's the importance of this libro, of
Que
this
no es
book.
solo las palabras que hemos hablado, sino que hay un documento que queda.
It's not just the words that we speak, it's a document that lasts.
Thank you. I appreciate seeing you today. It was a wonderful lecture. Thank you.
Gracias. You're welcome. Okay.
Okay. Wonderful.
Thank you.